Hello students, welcome back to your geography class. I am Miss Jenny Shah and we are doing chapter climate. Last class we spoke about the factors that influence the monsoon of India. We spoke about the five main factors, the differential in the heating and cooling of land and water, which creates low pressure area on the land and uh, and a high pressure area on the sea. Then we spoke about the shift in the position of intertropical convergence zones. Then we spoke about the high pressure area to the east of Madagascar. Then the Tibetan plateaus that get intensely heated, and the movement of the westerly jet streams to the north of Himalayas, and the tropical easterly jet stream over the Indian peninsula. Apart from this, we learned about the southern oscillation and the El Nino phenomena. Today, we are going to speak about the onset of the monsoon and the withdrawal of the monsoon. The monsoon, they are not steady winds, but these winds are pulsating in nature and they're affected by different atmospheric conditions encountered by it on its way to the warm tropical seas. Monsoon winds, they are pulsating in nature. That means they are not steady. Duration of monsoon is from May to September. And they stay between approximately for 100 to 120 days from early June to mid-September. Around the time of its arrival, the normal rainfall increases suddenly and continues constantly for several days. This is known as the burst of the monsoon. Due to southern oscillation, when the southwest monsoons reach the southern tip of India, it gets divided into two branches, the Arabian Sea branch and Bay of Bengal branch. So, around the time of the arrival of the monsoons, we will experience that rainfall will increase suddenly, and this sudden increase in rainfall will remain constant. It will continue constantly for several days, and this period is known as the burst of monsoon. And you can clearly distinguish this from the pre-monsoon showers. The monsoon arrives at the southern tip of Indian peninsula generally by the first week of June, and slowly it proceeds into two branches, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. The Arabian Sea branch reaches Mumbai around 10 days later, approximately on the 10th of June. This is a fairly rapid advance. The Bay of Bengal branch also advances rapidly and it arrives in Assam in the first week of June. The lofty mountains over there cause the mountain winds to deflect towards the west over the Gangetic plains. And by mid-June, the Arabian Sea branch of the monsoon arrives over Saurashtra, Kutch, and the central part of the country. So, Arabian Sea branch gradually moves northward and reaches Mumbai in about 10 to 15 days. Similarly, Bay of Bengal branch advances and reaches Assam by the first week of June. By the middle of June, these branches proceed further northward and they arrive at Kutch. And by the end of June, both the Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal branches merges together in the northwestern parts of India. So the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch of the monsoon, they merge over the northwestern part of the Gangetic Plains. Delhi generally receives the monsoon showers from the Bay of Bengal branch by the end of June. By the first week of July, western Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, and eastern Rajasthan experience the monsoon. By mid-July, the monsoon reaches Himachal Pradesh and the rest of the country. So, let's look at this again. Monsoon reaches the southern tip of India and then gets divided into two branches, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. The Arabian Sea branch gradually moves northward and reaches Mumbai in about 10 to 15 days. Similarly, Bay of Bengal branch advances further and reaches Assam by the first week of June. By middle of June, these branches they proceed further northward and they arrive at Kutch. By mid-June, the Arabian Sea branch of the monsoon arrives over the Saurashtra Kutch at the central part of the country. After this, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon they merge over the northwestern part of the Ganga plains. Delhi receives the monsoon showers from Bay of Bengal branch by the end of June. By the first week of July, western Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana and eastern Rajasthan they experience the monsoon. And by mid-July, monsoon reaches Himachal Pradesh and the rest of the country. This image that you see on the screen is also there in your textbooks. On page number 32, I would like you all to draw a little timeline in your books. In this form. And in this timeline, I want you all to write how the monsoon proceeds in India. So, it arrives at the southern tip of Indian Peninsula by the first week of June. So over here you will write first week of June. Okay, moving further, the next place it goes to is after 10 days. Where does it reach? Two things are happening simultaneously over here. It's going to break into two branches. So please mention which branch also. Alternately, you can do this. Okay, just write over here Mumbai. It reaches Mumbai approximately on 10th of June. And then below it, just write Arabian Sea branch. Yes? So the Arabian Sea branch reaches Mumbai in about 10 days. That is approximately 10th of June. And then the Bay of Bengal branch also rapidly arrives in Assam in the first week of June. So first week of June itself, again over here, there will be one more. Please color coordinate so that you write all again over here we will write first week of June. The lofty mountain will cause these winds to deflect towards the west over the Ganga plains, and by mid-June, the Arabian Sea branch monsoon arrives over Saurashtra Kutch and the central part of the country. So now we go back to Arabian Sea branch. By mid-June, they're going to go back to Saurashtra Kutch and central part of the country. I hope you all have found a clear idea of what I'm trying to say. You will have to complete this timeline. Okay, it will start with the first week of June where it reaches the southern tip of Indian Peninsula, and you will go all the way till you will go by mid-July, the monsoon reaches Himachal Pradesh and the rest of the country. That is the Bay of Bengal branch. Two branches. I want both the branches in the same timeline, just with different colors to identify them. So over here we will mention, over here you will mention the Arabian Sea branch. Then over here you will mention, this is Bay of Bengal branch. Okay, like that I want you to make an entire timeline. Click pictures and send it to me. All right. So this is an image which shows you, which tells you the advancement of monsoon in India. Now after monsoon comes, there's even a withdrawal or end of monsoon or retreat of monsoon. So this is a more gradual process. When you do that timeline, the first one that I just showed you all, you will name it as advancing of monsoon. Okay. Now, withdrawal or retreat of monsoon is a more gradual process. That means it's more slow. The withdrawal of monsoon begins in the northwestern states of India by early September. By mid-October, it withdraws completely from the northern half of the peninsula. The withdrawal from the southern half of the peninsula is very fast. It's fairly rapid in comparison. And by early December, the monsoon has withdrawn from the rest of the country. I repeat, withdrawal of monsoon is a gradual process. It begins with withdrawing from the northwestern parts of India. By end of September, it starts withdrawing from the northwestern states of India. By the end of October, it completely withdraws itself from India. In southern India, the withdrawal is more rapid. By early December, the monsoons have completely withdrawn from India, and by the time the northern parts of India start to experience winter. So by the time it's completely withdrawn, the northern part of the country starts to experience winter. So the island receives the very first monsoon showers from south to north between the last week of April and the first week of May. The islands receive the very first monsoon showers progressively from south to north, from the last week of April to the first week of May. And the withdrawal takes place progressively from north to south, from the first week of December to the first week of January. By this time, the rest of the country is already under the winter monsoons. So by the time the monsoon completely withdraws from the country, some parts of the country is already experiencing winter, and some parts of the country also experiences winter monsoon. So this is the end of today's class. We have spoken about the onset of monsoons and withdrawal of monsoons. I want you all to make the timeline very systematically using color codes, okay, and mentioning at what time the monsoon reaches where. This will help you understand the concept better. With this, children, I end today's class. Stay home, stay safe, take care, keep learning. Thank you.